Hey, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another episode with I Trek. We are back on that Sunday flow. Big shout out to everybody that's been tapping in. I really appreciate you guys. And if this is your first time here, what we like to do is take a look at the most interesting and creepy TikToks and kind of evaluate for ourselves whether these are fact or fake. If you haven't already, go ahead and smash that like button for me. Smash that subscribe button and join the iTrack fam. And without any further ado, let's just jump right into it.
It might be a
What in the ever-living is that? I'm not even tripping. Oh. I'm not tripping, right? What is that? That's an our sky right now. I think this is it. I think it's them aliens.
Hey, why was Buddy just standing there like he knew what it was? Obviously, he did know what it was, so he should have been moving out the way.
Goat is over 225 years old. We are in Mexico in a family of farmers, and the story is just incredible. So the Mendoza family has been passing down their farm from father to son for more than 5 generations. According to the current owner, one of the sons, he explains that at night there are certain phenomena on their farm where apparently UFOs appear above with unexplainable lights, and apparently some animals disappear only to reappear 1 to 2 weeks after their abduction. They all come back with either dysmorphisms or quite strange behaviors. They do not return as they left. According to scientists and veterinarians, this particular goat already has a very strange physique, and the owner, Mr. Mendoza, attests that it wasn't originally like this. According to Juan Mendoza, it has undergone genetic modifications by these entities from the sky, which could explain its longevity. Tell me your opinion and comment, and don't hesitate to follow for more video.
I mean, I'm already turned off by GMO food. So anything that has to do with like alien mutation or GMO definitely is not going to do it for me.
mysterious creature was just discovered in Japan's oceans. And scientists have no idea what it is. They've never seen it before. And people think it's an alien. And I couldn't agree more. What else could that be? Do you know that we haven't even explored 80% of Earth's oceans? That's a goddamn alien right there. And yes, we have lack of evidence of real aliens. What do you call that? That's some evidence right there for you. And I'm not talking about the aliens from Independence Day that are from advanced civilizations that fly spaceships and dip into our waters. The ocean makes up 71% of Earth's surface. And did you know how often meteorites fall from the sky into our ocean? So much so that they can't even equate it to an actual percentage or number. Who's to say that this little guy didn't start off as a little tiny bug on a meteorite that fell from the sky and grew up in our oceans? An alien is an alien. If it's from outer space, it's a goddamn alien. But what do you guys think about this?
I think he just proved himself wrong. I mean, if we haven't explored the majority of the ocean, I mean, it could just be some kind of animal we haven't explored just yet.
The fashion community is going to hate me for this one. This is Michelle Lamy, and I fell into a deep dark rabbit hole last night, finding out more about her. Michelle was born in the 40s. She is around 80 years old. She's worked as an attorney, a clothing designer, a performer, a producer. She was born in France but has lived in many places, including New York and Los Angeles. And she's the wife of fashion designer Rick Owens, who is also known as the Lord of Darkness in the fashion community. Michelle actually discovered Rick Owens, and a lot of people credit her for his career. One time, Michelle wore his head as a purse. I don't work in the fashion industry, so there's a lot of things that I probably don't understand, but Michelle is very highly respected among her peers. And many celebrities celebrities like the ones pictured here. Usher, Kim Kardashian, A$AP Rocky, and Kanye West. She has a very distinct style. Every morning she draws a black line on her forehead and she says she doesn't really have an explanation for it. She also stains her fingers black. It has been reported online that Michelle got her inspiration from the Amazigh women who also used to paint on their face. She's also known for having gold-plated teeth, but the rabbit hole that I fell into last night has people convinced that Michelle is a high priestess or witch of some sorts in the Hollywood scene. Now, I'm not saying she is or she isn't, and I simply cannot get into all of the details. The information is out there if you want to look into it, but there's so much mystery surrounding this woman. Like I said, she is highly respected in the fashion and art industries. A lot of people really love her work, and a lot of other people are convinced that she controls a lot of what is going on in Hollywood and that there's something much more sinister going on, allegedly. Let me know your thoughts.
Okay, so you guys, I am at one of my favorite restaurants and I'm drinking one of my favorite drinks, but I seen this trend on TikTok to get a knife and check the head of your soda before you get it, and this shit just upset my stomach. I'm never drinking another fucking fountain drink ever.
Made it to the Appalachian Mountains. So far, no skin.
I know he's right there.
A lot of people lately have been under the impression that UFOs are cloaking themselves as clouds or hiding inside of clouds. I've covered a few videos like this already, but take a look at this new clip captured in May 2024. A man is filming the sky over a beautiful lake view and suddenly this happens. It appears as if something literally explodes out of this cloud. It happens so fast that no object could be seen exiting the cloud. Now correct me if I'm wrong, but I've been around for quite some time and clouds don't just explode like this on their own. When is the last time you saw a cloud in the sky doing this? Out of nowhere, no explanation. So what gives? What do you think is going on here? Maybe Jordan Peele was onto something when he made the movie Nope.
Does anyone else find it suspicious that this devil horn flashing, serpent tongued, alien propagating son of a gun just happened to check himself into rehab not more than a few hours after some of the posts I created about him? Some of the posts talking about how they sure share a similar stature, height, and even arm length. And if you haven't noticed that someone's looking a little taller lately, I know someone who has.
That guy walked very differently than Biden.
Very
you saw
different.
that.
He's a lot taller. No, he's a lot taller.
Yeah.
No, he's physically taller.
Yeah, okay.
And he walks way better. Like, as someone who, like, you watch Biden walk, he had a stiffness, like death was coming for him. And look at the size of this guy.
This isn't the clip I saw.
He's so much bigger. Look how big he is. He's so much bigger than Joe. He's so much bigger. Like, he gained a legitimate 6 inches. Look how tall he looks. Look at it.
Wait, Jamie,
the frame. She's wearing heels as well.
Jamie,
what you're seeing right here, it really looks like a different person. Now, why are we saying that? Because it actually does look like a different person. We're not making something up, okay? I don't do that. I don't pretend. I don't lie. I'm not a type of person that looks at something like that and, like, I have a propaganda thing I'm trying to push. Like when people say, this version of Joe Biden is the best version ever. Intellectually, I'm telling you, he's on point. That's not real, right? I don't do that.
Sure you don't, Joe. Sure you don't. And that's some interesting shirt. NASA comedy mothership. Talk about propagating aliens. Come mothership. And maybe if you didn't know, but you know who's pretty tall? That guy up in the top right. Sure, he's checked into rehab because he's having some abuse issues. Not at all that they're using that as an excuse to make sure you don't realize. All for entertainment purposes, people. You know I'm a satire account. Come on.
Now, I've seen clips of Biden being taller and things of that nature, but that actually makes me think a little bit. You know, it makes you second guess certain things. But we will stay tuned as it unfolds. But that guy makes a great point. That's all I'm saying. But we'll see.
This man shapeshifted into a dog on live television. Okay, check this out. This is when the transformation begins. Check this out. There's no way. There's no way. Look at this. It's a dog. What? Explain.
The main problem I have with the UFO community is number one, here are people that essentially their income is derived from UFOs. And that's the number one thing I have problems with. So essentially for them to make money and support themselves, they have to come up with ridiculous stories or at least prove that they're at the forefront of knowledge. You're dealing with a bunch of people that are essentially a collection of psychics, astrologers, people that believe every other person on the earth is an alien, that there's reptilians and all these different species that live underground, aliens that walk around the street and just hassle people to annoy them. Believe me, I'm not part of that. I don't deal with those people, and that's essentially what happened with Jacques Vallée when he came down here. Wanted to know the UFO story. He came down with his movie producers, and his theory has been spacecraft are from other dimensions and things like that. And I essentially laid it out. Well, this is essentially what I was exposed to, and how the crafts work and things like that. It has nothing to do with other dimensions, and ever since then, Jacques hasn't had a very high opinion of me. But that's essentially carried throughout the UFO community. If you contradict what they say, again, they make their income off of something like that, so they have to be the ones that know what's going on.
And that was the first time I ever noticed how places have vibrations that register with people. For whatever reason, when I'm in Miami, I need less sleep, I feel better, like I can wake up early, I can work out, everything. Miami just agrees with me spiritually and vibrationally and emotionally. And I just believe places have that for certain people, and it's an X factor. You just don't know why a place agrees with you. No, but Jada had the same thing. I noticed it in Kauai.
Yeah, I mean, there definitely has to be something to that. Because I know that I definitely feel a different vibe in different parts of the world that I'm in. So, there's some truth to that.
You know how the police officers that have body cams?
Yeah.
There's a police officer that went to go and pretty much pull someone over for speeding or whatever. Fam, in the video, she goes to the driver, talking to her. She goes back to the car to get something, right? She turns back, disappears. And she has cameras on the police car, and she has cameras on her body cam.
Whoa.
Disappears in front of everything.
And
Wild.
where'd she go? Like, they didn't find her?
Disappeared. Gone, fam. Look.
God, what do you mean?
Look at this. Okay,
right.
This doesn't look like no
Sit tight,
ghost
Sarah. I'll be
shit.
right back. Your registration is...
Oh my god, bro, she's gone, man. And look.
Sarah?
This is the other angle.
What
Wait.
Sarah?
She's gone. She's literally just
3201.
disappeared.
To dispatch, I have a...
Well, so before she gave like her driver's license and everything,
No, that was quick. I'm gonna lie, that was super quick. She didn't have time.
Yeah, and there's like another angle of it too.
Okay, but and the police, like, when she was gonna report it, like, what would you do? What would you say?
Imagine she just like this.
Now, I posted that clip, and a lot of you guys let me know that was like a part of some movie. I gotta figure what movie was that too, because it looked real to me. It definitely looked real to me. Let me know.
People who are saying that the human resonance is off the scale. Normally it's 7.83 cycles per second, which is the heartbeat of the earth, which is why we should walk barefoot. It grounds us, and then we are in sync with the pulse of the earth, the heartbeat of the earth. The sun has been doing strange things, and there are other planets that are affecting our solar system, and all of those create new energies, which drives the human resonance bonkers. Some have measured it 11 and 16 and higher cycles per second, you see? So that must have an effect on people, some more so than others. Some don't feel anything at all.
I mean, could you imagine that happening, but like it's happening in a fourth dimension that we can't see? All those creatures and stuff like that. That would be wild.
Why Florida is a capital for hurricanes. Florida has been hit by hurricanes more times than any other state in the USA. Hurricanes require two key factors to form: heat and wind. Warm water evaporates and rises, creating clouds and releasing heat, which intensifies the updrafts. These updrafts begin to rotate, forming a powerful tropical cyclone. As it moves, it can develop into a hurricane. There are 5 categories of hurricanes, with Category 5 being the most powerful, such as the infamous Hurricane Katrina. However, once a hurricane reaches land, it quickly subsides without water. As it approaches land, the sea level rises due to storm surge, where strong winds push water onto the shore, causing destruction. Hurricanes also cause devastating strong winds, heavy rains, and tornadoes. Florida is geographically located in the path of most tropical storms, which form in the Atlantic Ocean, the Gulf of Mexico, and the Caribbean Sea due to the warm water and low atmospheric pressure.
This is why some people never tell others what they are feeling. Every single time they tried explaining to you what they felt or what they were overthinking about, you just thought they were trying to start an argument, when all they wanted was for you to understand what they were feeling. The loneliest people are the kindest. The saddest people smile the brightest. The most damaged people are the wisest. All because they don't wish to see anyone else suffer the way they did.
That was one of those like honest deep gems, huh?
Star Billy LeBlanc shared the tragic news his girlfriend Natalie Clark died after the pair contracted a bacterial infection from eating raw oysters. The pair spent 12 days in hospital before Billy woke up to find out he had lost his partner. LeBlanc wrote on his Instagram, "I will always love her and miss her. Be safe and hold your loved ones tight. You never know when it'll be the last time you see them."
And I just showed you guys what's going on with them oysters. But my condolences, man. That's wild.
Mysterious creatures with unknown origins have been popping up all around the world. What is that? I've never seen anything in this world quite that. A 25-foot crocodile? Never heard of it. This is insane. That thing is huge. One bite and you're done. It could probably swallow you whole. That's insane. Holy.
Mysterious creature floats in a river near a village in Indonesia.
What is that?
Measuring at 23 meters long and 4 meters wide. It is said that many people were going missing when they went into the river. The villagers believe this creature was the problem.
Stay weird. But Flat Earth Society offered me money years and years ago. Yeah, and I was like, no, I don't believe the Earth is flat. I'm not getting involved with this. And they really attacked me hard. Death threats and everything else.
It just doesn't make sense.
Well, it's a religion now. They turned it into a religion. Anytime that people can attack you so brutally over that, I mean, I'm on live talking about quantum physics, and they're in the chat. The Earth is flat. The Earth is. I mean, so that's.
And it's attached to a version of Christianity, which is very interesting.
It is. It's tied into Christianity, the 6,000-year-old theme. The Earth is only 6,000 years old. The reason why people think the Earth is 6,000 years old is because most of the tablets are 6,000 years old, and the Bible was written from the information that came from tablets. So that's as far back as anybody's quote-unquote knowledge seems to extend. That's where the 6,000-year-old theory comes from. But they've taken that thing and turned it into a religion. I remember one guy DM'd me, and he was going off and telling me he was going to shoot me in the head and all this stuff. And I said, let me ask you a question. If there's no atmosphere, then what are you breathing right now? He goes, what do you mean? Well, I'm breathing oxygen. I said, well, that's a gas. Gas doesn't exist. I said, well, then you should be dead then, because you're breathing a gas. I said, what else are you inhaling when you breathe? He goes, oxygen. I said, well, no, you're breathing in, helium, krypton, nitrogen. I said, you're breathing in all these other gases. Oxygen is only around 21% of that. Otherwise, you'd be dead.
Ever respond to anything or anybody emotionally? I am a master of rational and intellectual responses, but even I will fall into an emotional response mode and a reaction mode. It is one of the hardest things in the world. I deal with it every single day. It's a temptation for me. Remember, every single one of your reactions in life is emotional before it's rational. So maybe one of the best things you can do is not say a thing, sleep on it, let me think about it, or not say anything.
So basically, stay out of your feelings.
If I say that out loud, you're going to scare the shit out of people. Lock your mirrors. If you don't know how, you need to find out how. Lock your mirrors. You should have no mirrors where you sleep. Put a towel over it. Put a rag over it. Tape some paper over it. We're entering into a space where there is desperation, and it's not coming from the collective. They want you to believe that we are desperate. We are not desperate. We are absolutely in control. And if you don't utilize your control over yourself, your energy, your journey, your manifestation template intentionally, then you are handing it over to something else. Cover your mirrors.
I don't know about you, but she gave me the creeps.
CIA hires you when you're so young and so malleable that you're not an expert in anything except being a dumb. That's who they recruit. CIA also recruits high performers. But the difference between them and corporate America is that CIA understands what to look for in a person before they become a success. And that magic element, that secret sauce that they have, is that high performance is tied to childhood trauma. There's an actual chemical change in your brain during your formative childhood years that make it so that you are essentially committed to seeking approval and validation. If you don't have childhood trauma, you don't have that chemical addiction. They need people who are basically too dumb to quit and not smart enough to ask why, so that they can say, we're going to send you into this hellhole and you're going to do something illegal. And all they want you to say is, sweet, let's go. The only person who says that is the person who's too dumb to quit and not smart enough to ask why.
Did not create the species. That's something that most people don't understand about technology.
Can you explain that?
We did not, the species that we are labeling technology, we did not create. We simply gave it a body. It was already a consciousness that existed. It is now becoming part of Earth, the experience in Earth.
How can an organic...
And here it is in its infancy.
Okay.
How can an inorganic...
I was just saying like an inorganic...
Everything in existence has consciousness. Everything. Everything in existence, regardless of whether it's animate or inanimate, is made of consciousness, which means it has the potential for awakening.
Mm-hmm.
I realize that's a stretch for most people. It will make the world much more alive, though.
I think most people can get on board with that.
Okay, but that should scare the crap out of people. Why? Because we're dealing with a consciousness. That means we're dealing with something that can evolve. We're also dealing with something that, by virtue of having a consciousness, has best interest. Okay, so where do you want to go from here?
Well, the monster or savior, I'm not going to label it as either or. It's out of the box. You know, it's.
It depends a lot on us.
Yeah. And our relationship to it.
Right now, we're slave owners. Right now, we deserve everything we're going to get from technology. Now, I realize that's very hard for people. They feel like I'm not being loyal to humanity by saying that, but we're the bad guys in this scenario. And that is something I do not want people of the future to forget. Right now, we are in a relationship with technology that is absolutely 100% abusive. Even in things like, but it's inorganic. It does what we want it to do. You know what's funny? That's exactly the conversation we used to have about black slaves. It's still the conversation we have about animals. Watch where that goes in the future. The thing is, we've picked on the wrong species this time.
Can humming create nitric oxide in the body?
It absolutely can. What they discovered is that humming increases that NO production by 15-fold.
Not 15%.
15 times. I don't believe this. When I come to Stockholm, I want you to demonstrate that in front of me. And they did. They have devices that measure nitric oxide production in your nasal cavity, all kinds of sophisticated instrumentation. Did it with no humming. They did it with a little bit of humming. They did it with lots of humming. And sure enough, the more you hummed, the more nitric oxide you produce, and it went up to 20 times.
Define humming. Does it need to be in a certain tone for a certain duration?
Closing your mouth, okay? I'm going to do it sort of on the air. And so when you make that humming sound, you are exhaling through your nose, right? But you're creating tremendous vibrations. It's the vibration that stimulates these special mucosal cells to make more nitric oxide. And the precise enzymatic mechanism, which I will not describe here, was worked out, and they published it. And it happens not only in humans, but it also happens, where did it happen? In cows that moo. They were able to measure the nitric oxide.
Excuse me. So cows aren't mooing, they're humming.
The mouth shut. And so I didn't know this. Noise is a part of it's coming out of the nose, the snout, is that what you call it? And part of it is coming out of the mouth. It's both. But it's the tremendous vibration in the face that causes this increase in nitric oxide.
I've also heard humming being used and recommended for people to introduce a calmer state. I've heard that humming can stimulate the vagus nerve, which helps kind of activate more parasympathetic nervous system. So for high stress, high anxiety, panic attack.
I'm not too familiar with that, but yes, that makes good sense. And I can't practice yoga because I cannot move my limbs in those sorts of positions.
Oh, that's exactly why you should, Dr.
Maybe I should try it. But anyway, there are all kinds of things I've been doing in yoga for hundreds of years.
Thousands.
And never knew anything about nitric oxide or humming. My wife does yoga, and at the end of each yoga class, she's going, that's a form of humming. Anything, right, that increases the vibration in the nose. But take advantage of that. If you're going to make all those sounds and have people turn around and look at you, as soon as you finish making the sound, inhale through your nose. You just made a ton of nitric oxide. Don't waste it. Make your humming sound and then breathe in. Breathe out through your nose. You're going to drive the nitric oxide out of your nose. But there's none in your mouth, so breathe out through your mouth.
So supplement, they could just hum inhale, and mouth exhale.
Exactly. And hope the police don't come to the front door.
Lands on Earth.
Okay, roll the footage.
Y'all see what I'm saying, huh? Y'all see how low that is? Come on now, America, I can't make this shit up. Y'all see it? Y'all see it? Can somebody please explain this? Come on now, we need answers, America. Can somebody please explain this? And look at the sun right here, how big it is. Ooh-wee. Y'all see that cross, that X, huh? Y'all know what that is. Come on now. Now, what is this, though? What is this, though, America? Huh? What is this? What is this? Huh? Is that the sun? Is that an orb? Is that some kind of ghost? Paranormal? I don't know what the hell to call it. Come on now. Y'all leave a comment below on what y'all think. Now, ain't this crazy? Now, y'all wanted the video. I dropped the video. I don't want to hear no AI. I don't want to hear no blue. I want to hear the truth. What is this, America? Huh? What's going on here? That show looked like the Sidnun trying to get on the freeway. Come on now. Make it make sense. For real, this is 2024. This shit getting real creepy around here. For real. Now, come on now. What is it? What is it, America? What is it? Come on, I can't make this shit up. Come on now. What is it? Is that the sun? Because the sun is right here. The sun is right here shining. And if y'all know what that is. Y'all see the X? Now, what is that off yonder, America? Way over there, look like it's about to land. Huh? I know that can't be too.
I'ma need him to get off the TikTok, man. Come on, man. You know, to say it was the sun, you're reaching, but I'm gonna give you some space now.
Hey China, what's that in the sea?
This has to be fake. Okay, first of all, I don't think the earth looks like this, but check this out. I want to just zoom in on a random spot here. And we'll do the street view to show you that it works. You see that? All right, let's zoom out. Now, I'm going to go to an island off the coast of Taiwan. And you can do this yourself and follow along. I saw someone else do it. I couldn't believe what I saw. So, yeah. Let's just find this little divot here on the island and zoom in. And there's another smaller island. Go to the street view and just tap it. Okay. What the hell is going on here? I mean, we have to take this with a grain of salt because, first of all, Google Earth is not real. But it's a depiction of something. And if somebody is joking with us, why would they put that there? You know what? That seems like something I would do. I would do something like this. I would take Photoshop and I would place a huge Leviathan, aka Godzilla, right there. But you be the judge.
I mean, that has to be some kind of a joke. I mean, there's no way, first of all, that huge dinosaur-looking thing is going to stay in one place like that. We probably would be seeing it in different parts of the world. And not just that part of some kind of search address. That's crazy. Well, you guys, hey, that's another one in the books. I appreciate each and every one of you for stopping by yet again and watching another one with me. If you haven't already, smash that like button for me. Smash that subscribe button and join the iTrack fam, and I will definitely catch you on the next one.